শেষ করে দেব, একটু শোনেন। Today we will start a new chapter, chapter 2, DNA markers and application for breeding. First, molecular markers. DNA marker. What is DNA marker or what is molecular marker? DNA marker is a molecule contained within a sample taken from an organism or other matter. Just DNA marker or molecular marker is a molecule contained within a sample taken from an organism or other matter. When we will identify a specific gene or a specific characters, generally a small molecules or a small fragment that is generally added with a DNA fragment for easily identification. This type of molecule is called molecular markers or DNA marker. DNA marker, molecular marker is a fragment of DNA that is associated with a certain location within the genome. Molecular marker is used in molecular biology and biotechnology to identify particular sequence of DNA in a pool of unknown DNA. The first polymorphic RFLP, restriction fragment length polymorphism, was described 1980. RFLP were the original DNA fragment used for human identification, parentage testing and gene mapping. So RFLP is one kinds of DNA marker or molecular marker. Some examples of molecular marker: RFLP, AFLP, SSLP, RAPD. Those are the examples of molecular marker or DNA marker. The full name also: RFLP, restriction fragment length polymorphism; AFLP, amplification fragment length polymorphism; SSLP, simple sequence length polymorphism; RAPD, random amplification of polymorphic DNA. 4 molecular markers example. Next, list of name of DNA markers in molecular biology of plants. Molecular biology, others molecular biology in the table: RFLP, RAPD, AFLP, VNTR, OP, SNP, ASAP, ISTR, IRAP. Those are the another molecular marker or DNA marker that is generally used in the identification of a specific gene in plants. Next type of DNA marker. How many types of DNA marker that generally used for the identification of any characteristics? Types. Generally molecular markers are first classified by 3 level: first generation marker, second generation marker, new generation marker. 3 level. First, the majority marker aided selection work in plants era used DNA based marker. The majority of marker aided selection work in the present era DNA based marker. DNA based marker. DNA based markers are some types: morphological, biochemical, cytological and DNA based. Those are the DNA based marker. Molecular, these markers are often detectable by eye by simple visual inspection. This type of marker generally detected by normal human eye, no need to any instrument or sophisticated molecular apparatus for the detection. Biochemical, a protein that can be extracted and observed. For example, isozyme and hysterase protein. Those are biochemical marker. Cytological, the chromosomal branding produced by different strains, for example, Z banding. G banding are cytological marker. DNA based marker. STR, SSR, RFLP, FLP, SNP, those are DNA based marker. Next, the following terms are generally less relevant to discussions of marker aided selection in plants and animal breeding, but are highly relevant in molecular biology research. Positive selectable marker, negative selectable marker. During the selection and screening of different genes, some markers express their effect positively, and selectable markers that confer selective advantage to the host organism. An example would be antibiotic resistance would allow to the host organism to survive antibiotic selection. Those are positive selection marker. Positive selectable marker. Negative selectable marker are selectable markers that eliminate or inhibit growth of the host organism upon selection. An example would be thymidine kinase. Thymidine kinase is a negative selectable marker, which makes the host selective to Gansiloiv selection. So thymidine kinase is a one kind of negative selectable marker. It is the major types of DNA marker in plant research. Application of plant sciences. Application of DNA markers in plant sciences. In plant sciences, for the identification, screening, and selection of a specific gene, generally we used different types of selectable markers. Those are hematological, biochemical, DNA based, and morphological. Morphological marker is generally used for easily visualized by a normal eye, and others DNA marker. DNA marker for the detection of DNA marker FLP, RFLP, RAPD in marker aided selection. It is generally used for the identification of different modern instruments such as transilluminator, for the detection of different types of electrophoresis methods. Next, application of markers in serial breeding. How can we breeding? By the use of different types of molecular marker or DNA marker. First, identification and fingerprinting of genotypes. Estimating distances between species and offspring. Identifying location of QTLS. Identification of DNA sequences from using candidate genes. Those are the applications of DNA markers in serial breeding. Serial, just a different types of khadya shosho. Suitable characteristics of molecular marker. A molecular marker is a molecule contained with a sample taken from the organism or other matter. It can be used for diagnosis and autosomal recessive genetic disorder such as cystic fibrosis, taxonomic affinity, and identity. Biological markers like protein are used in diagnostic kits for complex neurodegenerative disorders such as Alzheimer's in organisms. They identify particular locations on chromosome, allowing for the physical maps to be created. Lastly, they can identify how many alleles an organism has for particular trait. Those are the suitable characteristics of molecular markers. So you read 3 or 4 easy points for your examination. Application of DNA marker for plant breeding. Plant breeding. Different types of plants, not only a cereal. How can we use DNA markers for plant breeding. First, to identification of genes of interest and the development of marker-aided selection. These applications including identification of individual plants and plant populations, assessment of genetic distance, identification of parents for the production of hybrid seeds. So we can identify plant populations by using DNA markers, assessment of genetic distance, identification of parents for the production of hybrid seeds. For the use of DNA marker, we use for the detection of plant populations, assessment of genetic distance, identification of parents. Next, the use of DNA markers in cultivar identification is particularly important for protection of proprietary germplasm. Next, DNA markers has also been used in pedigree analysis and parental identification. And the use of DNA markers can improve and shorten the integration program by minimizing linkage drag and reducing the number of necessary backcross. Last, DNA markers may facilitate the pyrimidine process because DNA markers for multiple specific genes or QTLS can be tested using a single DNA sample without need for phenotyping. Those are the basic application of DNA markers for plant breeding. So if not found your last question, it is the important term for your April 2021 exam. You read 2 or 3 applications of DNA marker for plant breeding. Some also applications here assessing variability of genetic differences and characteristics within species, identification and fingerprinting of genotypes, estimating distances between species and offspring, identifying locations of QTLS, identification of DNA sequence from useful candidate. It has 5 applications in biological and molecular sciences, species identification. We also use DNA marker for the species identification, genetic variation and population structure study in natural population, composition between wild and hatchery populations, assessment of demographic bottlenecks in natural populations, marker aided breeding. Next, some disadvantages also found in DNA marker in crop improvement, low power in revealing genetic variation, difficult and time consuming to develop marker in species lacking molecular information, development of SNP markers is labor oriented and some SNP short nuclear polymorphism markers also techniques are closely. The levels of polymorphism of RFLP is low. It is time consuming and expensive. So summary of the disadvantages are this method is time consuming and expensive and level of polymorphism of RFLP is very low. So you read only 2 or 3 main disadvantages in this section. Drawback of morphological markers. Some drawbacks found in the morphological markers for the using in crop improvement in agricultural field. The delay of marker expression until late in the development of the organism. Dominance, deleterious effect, pleiotrophy, confounding effect of genes unrelated to the genes or trait of interest, but which also affect the morphological marker. Rare polymorphism, frequent confounding effect of environmental factors which affect the morphological characteristics of the organism. Those are the some drawbacks of morphological markers. Next, indications for the use of molecular markers. How many indications follow for the use of molecular markers? Some indications. First, the selected character is expressed late in plant development, like fruits and flower features, or adult characters with a juvenile period. Next, the expression of the target gene is recessive. There is requirement for the presence of special conditions in order to invoke expression of the target sequence, as in the case of breeding for disease and pest resistance. Last, the phenotype is affected by two or more unlinked genes. For example, selection for multiple genes which provide resistance against a disease or insect pest for gene pyrimidine. Those are the indications for the use of molecular markers handling. DNA fingerprinting. What is DNA fingerprinting? DNA fingerprinting is a technique used especially for identification by extracting and identifying the base pair pattern of individual's DNA, called also DNA typing or GDA or gene fingerprinting. So DNA fingerprinting also called DNA typing, DNA profiling, or genetic fingerprinting. 7 steps to understand DNA fingerprinting. How many steps need for understanding the DNA fingerprinting? Generally, 7 steps are involved in this process. Extracting the DNA from cell. First, we extract DNA from cell, cutting up the DNA using an enzyme. Generally, we use different types of restriction enzyme for the cut up a specific fragment. Separating the DNA fragment on a gel. Generally, we separate DNA fragments by use different types of gel, agar gel, polyacrylamide gel, and others gel by gel electrophoresis process, transferring the DNA onto paper, adding the radioactive probes for hybridization. For the create of hybridization, setting up the X-ray film. If found, yes, we have got the result by the use of fingerprinting process. Next, germplasm. What is germplasm? Germplasm are living genetic resources such as seeds or tissues that are maintained for the purpose of animal and plant breeding, preservation, and other research uses. Generally, during micropropagation process, these types of storage, seeds or tissues or stock material is used for easily propagation of the new species by the micropropagation technique. So germplasm are a living genetic resources such as seeds, tissues that are maintained for the purpose of animal or plant breeding, preservation, and other research use. These resources may take the form of seeds collection, storage in seed bank, trees growing in nurseries, animal breeding lies maintained in animal breeding programs, or gene bank, etc. Polymorphism. What is polymorphism? Polymorphism is the occurrence of two or more clearly different forms, morphs or forms, as referred to as alternative phenotypes in the population of species. So polymorphism is nothing. Polymorphism is a phenomenon in which a solution or a compound shows different forms in different states, such as water. When highly cooled water, then it forms a solid, ice form, and when a normal temperature, it is a liquid form. So water is a polymorphic compound. To be classified as a morphs must occupy the same habitat at the same time and belong to a panmictic populations. Polymorphism crosses several disciplines boundaries including ecology, genetics, evolution theory, taxonomy, cytology, and biochemistry. It was the preferred terms of evolutionary biology, Julian Huxley. Mechanism of polymorphism. How polymorphism occur? Polymorphism occurs generally by three mechanisms. Genetic polymorphism, where the phenotype of each individual is genetically determined. Second, the conditional development strategy, where the phenotype of the individual is set by environmental cues. Last, a mixed development strategy, where the phenotype is randomly assigned during development. Those three mechanisms generally causes the polymorphism. Genetic polymorphism. What is genetic polymorphism? Genetic polymorphism is the simultaneous occurrence in the same locality of two or more discontinuous forms in such portions that the rarest of them cannot be maintained just by recurrent mutation or immigration, originally defined by Ford, scientist Ford, 1940, and later defined by Cavalli, Saffroz, and Bodmer, 1971, is currently used. Genetic polymorphism is the occurrence in the same population of two or more alleles at one locus, is with appreciable frequency, where the minimum frequency is typically taken as 1%. So, in this definition, some alleles, two or more alleles showing the same characteristics or same types of appearances, and finally frequencies showing 1%. Similar, different one or more locus in a alleles in a DNA locus, but their function is similar and their appearance is also similar. This phenomenon is called genetic polymorphism. Investigation model of polymorphism. How can you investigate polymorphism in plant sciences? First, detailed survey of occurrence and habits and prediction. Selection of the ecological area or areas with the well-defined boundaries. Capture mark release, capture data, relative number and distribution of morphs, estimation of population sizes, and in the laboratory, genetic data from process, population, cases, chromosome category, if possible, use of chromatography or similar techniques if morphs are cryptic, for example, biochemical. Those are the investigation process in lab. In investigation of polymorphism requires use of both fields and laboratory techniques. In field technique, above 5 techniques we can use for the investigation, and laboratory we use 4 techniques for the investigation of polymorphism. Linkage. This term I already discussed in 7th semester, chapter 2, linkage and chromosome mapping. This term linkage is the tendency for 2 or more non-allelic genes to be inherited together because they are located more or less closely on the same chromosome. Linkage, just link with another chromosome. Therefore, finally, when the 2 chromatids of the same chromosome is exchange their alleles from one chromatid to another chromatid, then transfer the gene from one chromatid to another chromatid. This process is called crossing over. Crossing over, it is also called the genetic recombination. Gene linkage. Genetic linkage or gene linkage is the tendency of DNA sequence that are close together on the chromosome to be inherited together during the meiosis phase of sexual reproduction. Genetic linkage is a most prominent exception to George Mendel, to Gregor Mendel's law of independent assortment. Independent assortment. So see the figure. Two alleles A and A. Capital gamete, capital letter A is a similar allele in a chromosome found in two strands or two chromatids. In another two chromatids, symbol B. Dominant character is capital and recessive character or recessive gamete is small letter. After the crossing over, you see when the chromatids of B allele, capital letter B and small and capital letter when crossed occur, therefore from the B gamete is exchanged with the dominant character chromatid, therefore finally exchange a arm with another arms of the chromosome. So you see capital A is same in the same chromosome and capital small a allele is same in the another chromosome, but B, where the B allele, capital B or dominant character is exchanged with the recessive allele, therefore exchange of the genetic information from one chromosome to the another chromosome. This process is called crossing over and also called the genetic recombination. Next, mapping. What is mapping? Mapping or gene mapping is the assignment of DNA fragments to chromosome. It describes the methods used to identify the locus of the gene and the distances between gene. So we use gene mapping for the detection of the specific locus of the gene or distances of the gene from the DNA fragment. This process is called mapping or gene mapping. How gene mapping is done? To produce a genetic map, researcher collect a blood or tissue sample from members of the families in which a certain disease or trait is prevalent. DNA markers don't by themselves identify the gene responsible for the disease or trait, but they can tell researcher roughly where the gene is on the chromosome, which gene is found in the which chromosome, and which gene is distance from one gene to another gene, and which gene is found from the which locus of the gene. Importance of gene mapping. What is the main importance? What is the significance of gene mapping? Genetic maps are necessary tool for mapping of disease, genes or trait loci, a method also commonly known as linkage mapping. Integrating genetic mapping and disease gene mapping, this next sequencing has proven to be a powerful strategy in genetic research. So we use gene mapping for the detection of any abnormal any abnormal gene in a chromosome or a specific locus, or for the isolation and screening of a specific gene, generally used gene mapping. Next, chromosome mapping. What is chromosome mapping? Chromosome mapping is a technique used in autosomal DNA testing, which allows the testee to determine which segments of DNA came from which ancestor. So, which segments of DNA came from the which ancestor, these types of chromosome, these types of specific chromosome is generally determined by chromosome mapping. And which types of characteristics that is generally exchanged from the ancestor to offspring, those types of gene also identify and also visualized by the gene mapping, a chromosome mapping process. Importance of chromosome mapping. Among the main goals of Human Genome Project was to develop a new, better and cheaper tools to identify new genes. For the identification of new genes, we use chromosome mapping process to understand their function. Identify and understand their function. One of these tools is genetic mapping. It also provides clues about the chromosome contain the gene. Which gene perform which types of function. We also clarify by chromosome mapping precisely where the genes lies on that the chromosome, which is found in which chromosome and which genes activities and their functions also identified by chromosome mapping. Differences between gene mapping and linkage mapping. How can we differentiate between genetic mapping and linkage mapping? The core difference between two types of mapping is that linkage mapping charts the placement of gene relative to related genes that forms a phenotype, while chromosome mapping cards individual genes on a static chromosome. Just a specific difference, those methods. You see general procedure of chromosome mapping. How chromosome mapping perform? First, we use flow sorted chromosome. Some chromosome stand and some chromosome, therefore digestion and amplification. We digest the chromosome from a individual standard and amplify it. First, we denature the chromosome strand from the centromere and separate the chromatid stranded individually, therefore amplify. Next, labeling. In this step, we use different types of hybridization probe or radioactive nucleotide probe for the labeling, therefore denaturation. Denaturation those strand and there create a single stranded with labeling. Then on-site incubation with unlabeled DNA. In this area, we use some unlabeled DNA and denatured metaphase spread. Therefore, hybridization and produce a DNA strips or DNA microarray for the final detection. You see the only two DNA strands, only two chromosomes showing labeling and another are unlabeled DNA. General procedure of chromosome mapping. Next, last topic of our today lecture, plant breeding. What is plant breeding? Application of plant breeding and also the marker aided selection. Plant breeding. Plant breeding is a method of altering the genetic patterns of plants to increase their value and utility for human welfare. Plant breeding is used for the improvement of crop and increase their value different ways. we can increase the quality, we can increase the production rate, we can increase the production stability and utility for human welfare. This process is called plant breeding. It is a purposeful manipulation of plants to create desired plant types that are better suited for cultivation, gives better yield and a disease resistance. So for the use of plant breeding, we can create a herbicide resistance plant, insect resistance plant, and we can develop it like salinity, extreme temperature and drought. We also develop some plant species for the against of drought, flood tolerance, and also the insect and pest tolerance and insect pest resistance. It develops a resistance to pathogen. It also increases tolerance to the insect pest. Those are the basic application of plants breeding for the improvement of crop field. Last term of our today lecture, marker aided selection, shortly MAS. What is marker aided selection? Marker aided selection or marker assisted selection is an indirect selection process where a trait of interest is selected based on a marker, morphological, biochemical or DNA RNA variation linked to a trait or interest rather than a trait itself. This process has been extensively researched and proposed for plant and animal breeding. Nevertheless, as of (2013) breeding program based on the DNA markers for improving qualitative traits in plants are rare. So marker aided selection is also called marker assisted selection, is the indirect selection process, not a direct selection process where a trait of interest is selected based on a marker. We can use morphological, biochemical and DNA or RNA variation linked to a trait of interest rather than on the trait itself. This process is called marker aided selection or marker assisted selection. Just during the selection process, we use a marker for easily selection or easily screening of the specific fragment or specific traits for the development of crop species. Steps of marker aided selection. Some steps are involved in this process. Generally, the first step is to map the gene or quantitative trait loci of interest, first by using different techniques. First, some points involved in this step. First step, to map the gene. First, we will map the gene or qualitative trait of interest first by using different techniques, then using the information for marker assisted selection. Generally, the markers to be used to be close to gene of interest recombination, gene of interest, in order to ensure that only minor fractions of the selected individuals will be recombinants. Generally, not only a single marker, but rather two markers are used in order to reduce the chances of an errors due to homologous recombination. For example, if two flanking markers are used at the same time with an interval between them approximately 20 centimeters, there is higher probability, 90% for recovery of the target gene. When we use this process, we cannot ensure 100%. 100% will gene recovery occur. Finally, use of marker aided selection. Application or use of marker aided selection. What is the main application of marker aided selection? A minimum of 5 or 6 backcross generations are required to transfer gene interest from donor to recipient. 5 or 6 backcross generation is needed. Then the recovery of the recurrent genotype can be altered, accelerated with the use of molecular markers. If the F1 generation is homozygous for the marker locus individual with the recurrent plant alleles at the marker locus in the first or subsequent backcross generations will also carry a chromosome checked by marker. So see the specific use of the marker aided selection. First, gene pyramiding has been proposed and applied to enhance resistance to disease and insect by selecting for 2 or more than 2 genes at a time. When we create a disease resistance or insect resistance plant, we know first we can isolate the specific gene from a specific organism, therefore it is incorporated to the specific plant for the creation of insect or disease resistance plant. For example, in rice pyramids has been developed against bacterial blight or blast. You know, very recently, Bangladesh, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman Agriculture University already discovered wheat blast disease, and wheat blast disease, which microorganisms is generally involved for this, for the creation of this disease. Those are the possible for the use of marker aided selection. The advantage of use of markers in the case allows selecting for QTL allele linked markers that have same phenotypic effect. Marker aided selection also be proved useful for livestock improvement. A coordinated effort to implement wheat marker assisted selection in the USA as well as research for marker aided selection exists at the wheat cap website. This website shows different discoveries and different improvement of different crops and different improvement of the agricultural field. Those are the use of marker aided selection. So you read 2 or 3 specific use for your exam. Thank you.